Hey everyone, Jackie here with Enjoying Life's Journey. Welcome back to our channel. So today's video is our monthly budget report card. If you're familiar with the channel, I usually do one of these every month. I go over the previous month and see how we did in comparison to what we had budgeted, and then I go over the next month our budget for that. So this will be the last time that I'm going to be doing this layout. Moving forward, if you have been watching, we have officially hit the road full time. So we're living in the RV, and full time we'll be traveling, and we have a couple seasonal work camping jobs lined up for the rest of the year. So our budget's going to start changing a little bit as we get off of paying normal household, like your sticks and bricks type payments, to moving in to the RV. So with that, we want to start changing up how we present the information to you guys. So we're going to start doing a monthly income expense report, and then I'm going to do a monthly plan with me where you guys will actually come along with me while I do the budget, so that way you can see what I think about as we do the budget. Also, if you're not familiar, we follow Dave Ramsey's zero-based budget. So basically, we try to plan out where every dollar is going to go for the month, whether it's a bill or savings or something like that. So we still follow that plan. So we'll kind of help you guys see that as well. What that allows you to do is you want to have a unique budget every single month, because every month you might have different expenses. As well, we are trying to start working on what is called a sinking fund. Some people could call it a seed fund or something like that. Basically, where you're trying to save for purchases that are not a normal everyday or every month expense. And so we'll go over that. So I'm going to try to make this short. I say that every time. But yeah, so we'll jump in. We'll check out August. Again, we are officially on the road, so this video is a little late for you guys, but we'll do August. We'll check out September. And then in October, we'll get a better idea of what a full month on the road actually looks like. So all right, so here we go. So income, I always start off with our income. Ricky, we had estimated or budgeted that he would make $1,436. He actually only ended up making $1,319. That was short. One of his paychecks was short a day, and they still owe us for that. And so they're actually going to be putting that in the next paycheck as well, because he resigned and he did cash out all of his vacation hours. It bumped him up into the next tax bracket, so they kept probably an extra $100 worth of tax from that. So that was a little short, but that's all right. So extra, what that was is Ricky's vacation hours and his 401k. And I know we're gonna have a bunch of comments below about that. Watch last month's budget video. We go over why we decided to cash out the 401k and what our plans are moving forward. But for the purpose of us getting on the road, this was the best way to help us make it happen. So we estimated $7,000. We actually ended up being a little short. The 401k, I thought he had $6,000 in there, and it turned out he actually only had $5,500. We had estimated them keeping that 20% interest, which they did, and a lot of you mentioned in the other video about the penalty, and yes, you do get a 10% penalty, so basically 30% total. However, you have the option of paying the 10% up front or at tax time. And because we are a low-income family and we have 2 children, we usually get a refund of about $8,000 every year for taxes. So we figured that the amount owed would just come out of that and we'd get less back, if that makes any sense to you guys. And then this other $639, that's what we did 2 garage sales and sold some stuff off of Craigslist before we left as well. We did a farewell barbecue, so we had a lot of generous family and friends send us on our way with some gas money, which was awesome. We love you guys. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. So we ended up, our extra money, we actually ended up ahead. We had $7,145. So all in all, our budget we did come out a little bit ahead of what we initially budgeted, which is good. So we'll just jump in our regular expenses. So again, as we start moving into full-time RVing, some things are changing. So instead of rent, we had some campsite fees. We had budgeted $100. We actually ended up spending $118. The site it was $50 a night. We spent 2 nights there, so it would have been $100, but there was also an $8 like processing fee or whatever that was. We ordered online. And then when we got there, if you watched our previous video, we got there early. They would not let us into the campsite, so we did end up paying a $10 day use pass just so we could park in the day use area because we didn't know the area and want to deal with that. So it was a little over budget, but that's okay. Netflix, $8.69, right on budget. Internet, $52.73, right on budget. Now, both of those have been canceled since we hit the road, so you'll see that in September. Water was $130, so we paid that. Adobe was $10.62, right on budget. Our cell phones, we have 2 basic talk and text through Cricket. No smartphones or anything like that, so it's $50, but you're going to see that we may upgrade, so you'll see that change in September. Electric, $300 is basically what we owed, so we paid that. Car and RV insurance, $99.37, right on budget. Our mail forwarding, so again, I spoke briefly about how we plan on getting our mail, so I talked about the mail forwarding company. That's $19.95 a month. I may do a separate video once we get going to see how we like them. Groceries, we budgeted $280. We spent $280. Gas, we also changed it to gas and propane. So we budgeted $160. We ended up spending $145.65. Diapers, we budgeted $35. We spent $35. Dump stations. So now we have to add dump stations. We did come across a viewer even made a comment about sandy dumps or sand dumps or something like that.com. And you can find a dump station in your area, some which are free, some are cheap. So now moving forward in California, where we're at right now, we actually did find a free dump station here in Hanford, California. So we hit the road again tomorrow morning, so we'll be dumping everything later today. But we did spend $8 on a dump station. Personal care, we didn't budget anything actually, and we spent $135.70. Sorry, and that's basically girls needed some clothes and things like that. Household, $574. Again, we didn't budget anything, but that's what we ended up spending. So again, if you're not familiar, I usually do the red is over budget, blue's on budget, green's better than budget. But we'll see how when we go to our expense income report next month, we'll see how we end up doing that. Rollover. So this is money that we wanted to keep in the bank account to cover September's expenses and October's expenses, as well as our gas money for basically from now through December. That way we can get to all of our work camping jobs. If you're not familiar with where we're going or where we're working, I have other videos on what jobs we're doing and on our route, so you can take a look at those as well. But we ended up putting $4,333 towards our future months. We will be working in October for the sugar beet harvest, but I'm not sure how the pay works. I wanted to make sure we had our income to support that month just in case we don't get paid till after the harvest, if that makes any sense for you guys. Emergency fund. So we ended up not being able to save as much as we anticipated, and you'll see that we ended up having a lot more RV maintenance and things like that down here that we didn't really anticipate, but it's a good investment, so we're okay with the fact that we didn't save as much. But we saved $1,413, so we have a total emergency savings of $1,978.62. We will continue to add to this as we start working as well. I know you guys are talking about the 401k. We're actually going to be signing up for Roth IRAs for future retirement, and as we get going on that, we'll share that with you guys. Okay, sinking funds. Again, these are things that you want to start saving for ahead of time, but we've kind of been spending them as they come up right now. We haven't quite gotten ahead enough to start saving, but hopefully moving forward we can do that. But car, RV registration, $24. Actually, Ricky and I both had to get new driver license. I guess in the state of Arizona, not sure how it is anywhere else. After, I think, 12 years, you have to get a new ID picture. So I had to go in and get a new picture, and because we were changing our address to my friend's house, we went ahead and just both got new driver's license, pictures and IDs. So that's what that was. Car, RV maintenance, mostly RV maintenance. We ended up spending $1,195.57, way over budget, like I said. But we ended up getting 2 new batteries for the RV for the house part. that we didn't initially think that we were going to have to. So we got those. Again, we had a heating element on the refrigerator that needed to be replaced. So a few other things, but basically that was doing the oil changes. We changed all the belts, all the hoses in the engine. We did get a new tire for our tow dolly. Like I said, the batteries, we had to get a new battery for the car, spark plugs, basically all of that we did. So that's what we ended up spending to make sure the RV and the car were good to go for the road. Giving, we spent $110. Basically, Ricky had a coworker that was going out of town, so he gave him some gas money, as well as we did have that barbecue, buying food and drinks and things like that. But we did have a friend who chipped in pretty much everything for that, which was awesome. And then our last one, our RV fund. Basically, this was anything dealing with the inside, anything that we needed for organizing, cleaning supplies, anything like that. Moving forward, we'll probably just be calling it our household fund because now this is our house. But we ended up spending $195.50, so over budget from the $75, but that's okay. Like I mentioned, those were things that we felt were necessities to get us going. We did not end up spending $40 towards the homeschooling section. We kind of just let that be. We still have a balance of $105.65 though in our office sinking fund. And then fund money, we ended up spending $310.73. We budgeted $107. We went way over budget eating out. But when we got to California, we went out to a nice restaurant kind of as a celebration that, hey, within 3 months, we got our RV, we renovated it, and got on the road full time. So we treated ourselves a little bit there. All in all, though, like I said, we made it on the road. We still came out with enough money to fund September and October along with the gas money, as well as about half of our emergency savings that we wanted. So we're happy with the way that turned out. So let's go ahead and check out September. All right, so for September, income, again, we're not really working for the month of September. We do have a job lined up for October, like I mentioned. Ricky, we're estimating that he'll get about $60 back again, like I mentioned, that one day that they had missed on one of his paychecks. Myself, we're estimating that I will be getting $162.27 from Google. That's through from my YouTube channel. And then again, we have the rollover amount that we had, the $4,333. So the idea of a zero-based budget, like I mentioned, is you want to plan where all of your money is going so that it's a zero. That doesn't mean you don't have any money left. It just means you've told it where to go. And this also helps you monitor, like, where are you spending your money when you look at it the next month. So a water and electric, again, this is for, we are staying, in a house. So this was to pay for our last month there. So we went ahead and prepaid my friend cash for our water and electricity, and we kind of just averaged out from what our bills have been, and kind of averaged them out to see what we think the next bill would be. So water was $150 and electric was $178. So we went ahead and paid her that, and then we'll find out once she gets the bills. She'll let us know whether if we owe her a little bit more or if we were good to go. And then again, we have our mail forwarding, $19.95. Campsites for September, we're only going to be spending $67. Our last 2 nights, basically, we're in California. We're going to be making it all the way to Michigan. We're going to take 10 days to get there. In the last 2 states, Indiana and Illinois, we're going to be spending at a campsite. So that was $67 for those. Adobe Cloud, $10.62. Cell phone, I raised it to $80. Ricky and I were debating on upgrading one of our cell phones to a smartphone, which then would increase our monthly bill. So it's still up in the air. We haven't officially done it, but we went ahead and budgeted as if we had already done that. So we'll see. And we thought maybe that would help us out, now that we're on the road, having some type of internet access handy there. Car RV insurance, $99.37, right on budget. Groceries, now we are out of debt. We have the RV set and we're on the road. If you watched before, when we first were getting out of debt, we were on an $8 a day grocery budget. once we got out of debt, we increased it to a $9 a day while we were working on the RV, and now we've increased it to a $10 a day. So depending on if the month has 30 days or 31 days is how we come up with our budget. So we have $300 for the month, and we've already done 1 week's worth of grocery shopping, $63. Gas and propane. Now we're estimating it's going to cost $2,170 for our gas and propane. Like I mentioned, we basically started the month we're counting this gas from when we hit the road, which was August 28th. So we hit the road, we went to San Diego, California, to Lemoore, California, then we're going to be going all the way to Michigan. And then Ricky and I have a work camping job in North Dakota, so we'll be heading up to North Dakota. So this gas money, propane money is for basically all of that route. And so far we've spent $277.50 on gas. Again, we hit the road tomorrow for our 10-day trek across the country. So we'll see how we end up doing. Diapers, we budgeted $85. We're going to go ahead and make sure we can have diapers for September and October. And we're actually going to get an extra box of diapers that we don't normally do because our girls will be staying with my mom for just the sugar beet harvest. So anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks in October. So we want to make sure she has her diapers, and we're dropping them off around the 22nd of September. So we're going to have diapers for that. We've bought 1 box of diapers so far. Personal care household, we just did randomly $15 each in case we, need something that we didn't budget. Roll over for October, we're going to be rolling over $1,053.68. And then moving on down, emergency savings, like I mentioned, we're not going to add to it right now. We're going to wait till we get paid from sugar beet harvest and then try to finish it off. And then again, we're going to, once we start working sugar beet harvest and we get our checks from that, we're going to start trying to contribute 15% of our income into our Roth IRAs. So we'll see how that goes. Sinking funds, basically car RV maintenance. If you watched our little update, our tow dolly did get a flat tire. It cost us $24.99 to have it fixed. So we just said that, we already spent that. Wasn't really in the budget. We'll have to rework some numbers probably. And then homeschool office, basically anything I make off of YouTube is going into our office fund, so I can start paying for things that are related to filming and editing and anything like that. So basically the $162.27 will go into our office fund. And then for fund money, we just, whatever was left, $150 for fund money. So again, we'll let you guys know how it goes, but moving forward next month, what I'll end up doing is I'll just do an income expense report for you guys. So I just go over, what we made and what we spent, and then we'll do more of a plan with me. So I'll show you what, a budget looks like October, what it looks like starting off blank, and how I build my budget. And then hopefully that will help some of you guys build your budget with me. And then I am working on a budget series so you guys can start building your own budget, as well as a tutorial on how I make my spreadsheet here in Excel. So as always, thank you for watching. Maybe I'll meet you guys on the road, and stay tuned. We're going to have a lot of new content coming out for you guys, and hopefully we can get Ricky on camera some more with me. So as always, until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.